All right, how's it going, everybody? Hopefully, you guys have watched a couple other videos. If not, it's fine. I wanted to give you a little update here, real quick, while I was out in the garage doing some work, battling the cold and the snow. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty much ready for spring to get here and warmer weather. Make maybe doing this a little bit more enjoyable. But it's been about a week, or maybe a little less or more, since I posted. It's been a week since I gave an update, so I wanted to give you an update on my kind of social media detox. So, really, it's all the same. Not really missing it. Don't feel like I have FOMO and the fear of missing out on anything. Honestly, I've caught myself more of noticing when other people are on their devices or phones that I am not, and I definitely like that. I like that feeling. Um, so I don't know if I'm gonna go back anytime soon, but I kind of give you an update on how that goes. But I recommend it. Good little kind of detox from social media, especially right anytime really. It doesn't matter what day and age it is, but anytime is always something good. So it's good to do. Get your reset, get your mind focused on other things. Spend your time doing other productive things, like myself, working on odd and end projects when I don't have my daughter. Frees me up a little bit. With that being said, from a cold approach standpoint, update, I did end up, I don't know if I updated this, got someone's number where I frequent at the gym. We went on a date, went pretty well. Not sure if it's going to be something that's going to turn into anything, but you really don't know until you try. I think there's a couple aspects with this that I could probably talk about a little bit more in depth, of just not really caring about how you go about your approaches. I know I got a couple friends that I've probably mentioned before, at least one friend in particular at the gym that just it's confidence issues, and it's just like I don't. It's not really a matter of having game or not having game. It's just, are you able to carry on a conversation with somebody or ask them questions and kind of build up off that? And you don't get better at that without practice. So yeah, you might fall on your face and burn a couple times, but if you see somebody you want to approach and talk to, try to get to know, I would I would I would do it. The more you do it, the less creepy you'll come off, hopefully. But you don't know that until you start trying. Um, I wouldn't just go up and talk to every single girl that you see necessarily, but if you're in the social setting or in a setting where it seems appropriate, obviously, do that. At the gym, if they're in between sets, or you meet them on the way in or the way out, right? Obviously, you don't want to do it while they're working out, but I had a success, right? Maybe a 1 to 4 success rate, 25% success rate so far isn't terrible at all. It's better than probably most. So we'll see. Can I keep you posted on if any more comes out of the cold approach situation? So with that, yeah, I just wanted to get an update where I was at with social media and of course with the dating perspective. And with the dating perspective, obviously there's a lot that goes into that, but it's just definitely definitely difficult to um to put yourself in some situations where you might find yourself talking to different girls. And I know with this in particular friend, yeah, it's just stop caring so much. Really, is the way it is. I mean, what's the worst they're going to say, right? You don't need no fancy pickup line. You can ask them a simple question of something they got on, or what drink they may have, or what are you doing on your working out, and just build some conversation. And maybe you don't ask for that number the first time. Maybe you just build some conversation, and you go back to her later in and ask her some more questions, or see her the next day if it's somebody you see frequently, right? Just kind of familiar, build a little rapport. But if if it's a one time shot ordeal, hey, why not shoot your shot, right? Don't come across creepy or stalkish or anything like that. I don't recommend asking them out and they don't you know go through with it, and then you stalk them on Facebook and message them that way, or be a simp about it, right? If she says no, like, all right, well, that's fine. We'll wish you luck, and if you change your mind, let me know. And then if you see him around, smile, wave, say hi, but keep it pretty basic, keep it pretty kosher when it comes to that scenario. Anyway, and of course for myself, if this in particular lady, um, it's just you figuring out who they are. The first date or two is like, okay, is this somebody that is, meets your criteria too, right? Obviously, you're both vetting each other. That makes sense. A lot of guys kind of forget that, you should be making sure that she's somebody that fits you as well, not just you trying to convince her to like you, right? She has to do a little bit of that too, right? So, even if you don't have options, you don't want to get into a relationship or a situationship or whatever with somebody that's not right for you and it's going to cause you headaches and you're going to lose your peace, right? So that's fair. So that takes maybe a date or two, see how it goes, and then if you feel it, keep going. I wouldn't bring it up saying that you like her, but just keep making those dates, hanging out, having fun. Hopefully eventually you start hooking up, right? But then if you don't feel it, just be honest. Like, hey, I think you're a sweet person. I'm sure you meet somebody right. I just don't feel like we're the right fit. No ill feelings or on you know hard feelings or anything like that. So just go your own separate way. So it really isn't that big of a deal. People make it a lot bigger of a deal than it is, and maybe that's just something that you come from experience. It definitely comes from experience and age and maturity as well on being able to handle rejection and being able to not get so excited if you do get one on the hook, right? It's kind of like fishing. Hate to use that analogy, but people do, right? You get one on the hook, you get a bite, and then you can get too excited and yank too hard. And same thing with dating. You can get a little too excited and push a little too hard and scare them off, or they jump right off the hook. So you kind of have to, cast and reel and definitely nice little dance. But it's natural, right? Make it natural. I know that's kind of hard to explain, but don't over, you know, complicate things. Don't get in depth into online pickup videos and trying different techniques. I mean, it's good to try different things, see what works, see what sticks. But just figure out what works for you and stick with it. And if it's not working, change one element and then go there, right? Kind of use the scientific method a little bit. You don't want to change multiple things and you don't know what worked and what didn't, right? Change one little thing about your approach, right? um, when it happens. So but that, yeah. But so you're back to social media. I wanted to come out here and kind of give you an update, kind of shoot the shit. And I got a couple notes wrote down on some other things from my perspective, right? I'm not doing this for any kind of monetary value, right? Or I don't have a course where you can sign up, or I don't have ad revenue, and I obviously don't have very many subscribers. But I think just talking in front of the camera is good and healthy, and for not only for the person that's doing the talking, but maybe it's somebody out there that clicks on this video, watches it, they can kind of resonate and relate, right? Just kind of your typical, average, dating single dad right now, right? So, um, going through those aspects. So, um, from the online dating perspective, it's I'm not going to do that again. I think from approach standpoints, I think it's good, especially if you're busy lifestyle, you just don't have enough time to swipe. And I know I've talked about this before. I want to definitely don't want to beat a dead horse, but same way with social media and swiping, just looking at things. It's like, why are people posting? It's obviously it's for validation. It's for that feel good feeling of feeling validated and that I'm, doing well. And it's always everybody's, highlight reel of their lives. So just get away from that and get a little real world experience. Touch grass or snow in this case, a little bit. Doesn't hurt. Um, One thing that I have a hard time with is, I know one of the videos I talked about, having, living with kind of a chronic illness and battling that, but, not, I gave up alcohol. I do still have some different habits. I do like to smoke cigars every once in a while, and I'll have a drink here and there, but, going out and having 3 or 4 beers on a date and stuff, it's not really my cup of tea. I'll have a non-alcoholic beer, but, that always opens up tough questions on, okay, why don't you drink? And it's like, I keep it vague, but I keep it honest initially because it's important that the right person knows and they accept it. But early off, I'm not gonna go and give them my whole life medical history in detail, right? Usually, it's just like, hey, just health reasons, really, just feeling better, being more focused. Maybe I'll mention, yeah, I have a drink here and there, but it's on rare occasions. But most of the time I'm happy with not. I've had that time in my life, and that's kind of how I go, and move on to the next subject, and then a couple of days down the road, or you're in a relationship, or it's official or whatever, or they bring up a relationship and you get in a relationship, then you can maybe open up a little bit when the time is right. But still, I'm never gonna try to definitely don't need somebody to hear my story or life's trials and tribulations, right? That's something that I'm capable of handling on my own. Of course, I'll be open and honest and transparent and have communication if that's the case. But, I got family and friends for that. So I think that's important too. But yeah, doing that and dating like that, it's definitely different. But, again, I just wanted to shoot the shit. Uh, Nothing real big topic to really talk about and more in depth. I guess if you want to know more about, you know, medical condition of mine, or, aspects of not drinking and feeling pressured, and, you know, that too, right? You got to be your own person. You got your barrier. Nah, I'm not going to succumb to peer pressure, even though it's on a date and maybe I want to have a couple to take the edge off, right? There's other ways you can maybe try to maybe take the edge off a little bit. That's a little bit more health beneficial than alcohol, right? But if you want to know more a little bit about that, uh, you can definitely comment on the video, potentially get into here. But I think that's important. I think hopefully, I give advice occasionally. I don't give advice freely. I'm not gonna butt into people's problems and give them advice. But if it's a friend, I try to give them advice, and this particular friend I mentioned, try to boost his confidence a little bit and just say, hey man, you just got to try. But I can't make somebody do that. They have to decide for themselves. And I think this person in mind maybe not as happy with himself where he's at in life, and then that weighs on his dating game. And for some reason I just think it's weird. And of course I was probably there too, and I know I was. But basing your happiness around having somebody, I gotta be, if I have a girlfriend, I'll be happy. It's not necessarily you should be happy and then bring them into to your world, right? So that's something people need to figure out. First, everybody's story and what they need to do that is a little bit different. And for this individual, hopefully he gets there. He's younger than me, um, quite a bit younger than me, so I think he has some time. But it's just you gotta hopefully get over the trauma and then figure out what you need to be happy, and do it. So then somebody will come along, and it'll definitely be easier to mesh and gel a little bit better. But again, those are all kind of brief topics that I could probably go into a little bit more depth. But it's just definitely interesting, kind of people's social skills and thought processes. And I want basing your happiness around the opposite sex is a little bit odd, right? I mean, I guess if we've all been there feeling lonely, but I guess if you like my issues, I've had relationships, I've been married, I've been through divorce, got a kid, like I've lived several different lives over again. I feel like in a short period of time, I'm comfortable with myself alone, and I'm getting to be at the stage where I'm a little bit more picky on who I let in or who I continue to see. And in some of that situations, just like I'd take anything that I can get, but they're not really at that point yet either. Um, so yeah, we'll see. It's interesting. Maybe I'll give it a little bit of update on how that goes. It's probably not going to be like a weekly update. I mean, this social media thing is Detox is pretty basic. Just got rid of it. I haven't really missed it. I'm not, jonesing to scrolls through some reels. Occasionally I'll look at like obviously LinkedIn and some stuff like that. But I still get on YouTube and watch some YouTube videos, but it's not, you know, short form videos. It's more like podcasts, learning, educational. I've been in real big into watching people play retro video games that I've played when I was a kid and struggled with, and I've bought some retro games that I've been trying to play and beat. So yeah, it's very very interesting. Interesting, not having it. Kind of like it. I feel more mysterious, I guess, because I'm not putting my whole life online um, all the time, which is great, right? I think get a lot of weird people that get online and can see you do some post some stuff that they can you know get their rocks off. Maybe I don't know, but we'll see what happens when warmer weather comes, summer comes, and we start getting out and getting on the lake and on the boat and golfing and just being outside and social than it is right now in winter time. So with that, I'll let you guys go. I'll keep this somewhat short, right? But if you got anything else, just shoot me a like, shoot me a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.